everybody, so today we are going to learn how to make a tulip hair tie, for which I am using yellow, brown and green color yarn. These are for the tulips and this is for the leaves. We'll also need scissors. I am using a 1.10 mm hook. We'll need darning needles and a stitch marker. So let's get started. So we're gonna make two tulips. One I'm doing in brown and one I'm doing in the yellow color. So I'll show you for the brown yarn. So first we need to start with the magic ring. So we'll wrap the yarn around our finger like that. Then we'll take our hook and let it go through both of the two loops. The first and the second one. This is the first and that's the second. So we allow it to go. Then we need to yarn over and pull out our hook. Now that is a magic ring. Now to secure it, we can chain one. So to chain, you yarn over and pull your hook out. That's chain one. Now we need to do 6 single crochets inside the magic ring. So to do 6 single crochets, first you need to put your hook inside, yarn over and pull your hook out. Now we'll have two loops, 1 and 2. So you yarn over and pull your hook from both the loops. That is 1 single crochet. So you need to do 5 more. So you put your hook inside again, yarn over and pull it out. Now yarn over and pull your hook from both the loops. That's 2. These count as 1 single crochet. So as you can see, we have made 2 V stitches. So now we need to make one more. So we do one more single crochet. That's 3, 4, 5 and one last 6. So now we have 6 single crochets in total. So you can count it. The V stitches will count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So I've already removed my finger. So now we can pull the smaller thread to make the loop tight. So we take this and pull it tightly. So the loop gets closed. Now we are done with round 1. We won't do a slip stitch now as we are working in a spiral for the tulip. So we'll start with round 2. So for round 2 we need to do single crochet increases. So we put our hook in the first stitch right there and yarn over and pull our hook out. Now do a single crochet. Now we can take a stitch marker and mark the first stitch. This helps us remember. Now we have done one and we'll do one more in the same place. I put my hook in the same place, yarn over and pull my hook out. So that's 2 single crochets in one stitch. So now I go in the next, do 1 single crochet and go back in the same stitch and do one more. So this is what we'll do for the whole round. So now I'm done. So now we can remove the stitch marker. As I told you before, we won't do a slip stitch, so we'll start with round 3 directly. So for round 3 we'll do a single crochet in the first stitch right there. So we'll do a single crochet there, 1 single crochet. We can mark it with a stitch marker. Now in the next stitch we'll do 2 single crochets together. So I put my hook, do 1 single crochet and I put my hook back in the same place and do one more. So it's single crochet and then I increase. So we go in the next, do 1 single crochet and in the next 2 together. So we'll repeat this for the whole round. Now I'm done with round 3. So now I can remove my stitch marker. Now for round 4 to round 10 we need to do 18 single crochets all around, which means 1 single crochet in each stitch. So I put my hook in the first stitch, do 1 single crochet. I can mark it using a stitch marker. Then I go back in the next and do one more. Then I go in the next and do one more. So this is the process we'll repeat for the whole round. Now I'm done with round 4 and we'll repeat this same process of single crocheting all around for round 5 till round 10. So now we can remove the stitch marker. So I can remove it. Now we'll start with round 5. I do a single crochet in the first stitch and I mark it with a stitch marker. So now I'll meet you once I'm done with round 10. So now I'm done with all my rounds and I'm in the last round. Now I'll remove my stitch marker and I'll do a slip stitch in the first stitch. So I put my hook there and do a slip stitch. So I yarn over and pull it out and pull the first loop from the second. Like that. Now we can loop it out and cut the thread using a thread cutter. And we can loop it out. So now I'm done with this tulip. Now we need to make one more using the same pattern and I'll be doing that in the yellow color. I have already made that one and you can make it by yourself. So now we have both our tulips, one in the brown and one in the yellow. So now we'll work on the leaves. So for that I'm using the green color yarn. So I'll grab it. Now to start we need to make a slip knot first. This is for the leaves. So we wrap the yarn around our finger like that and we put our hook inside it. Now we yarn over and pull our hook out. So now we can remove our finger and pull the smaller thread to make it tight. That's a slip knot. Now we need to chain 18. So to do a chain you will yarn over and pull your hook out. That V design which we just created is one chain. So we'll chain 17 more. Now I'm done with all my 18 chains and now we'll work on the leaves. So to start we need to do a single crochet in the second chain from hook. So the second chain is right there. That's the first one and that's the second. So I put my hook there and do a single crochet. That's a single crochet. Now we'll do a half double crochet in the next stitch. So the next stitch is right there. So we'll do a half double crochet there. So I yarn over and put my hook and I yarn over and pull my hook out. Now we'll have 3 loops, 1, 2, 3. So I yarn over and pull my hook from all the 3 loops at once. That's a half double crochet. So now we'll do a double crochet in the next 4 stitches. So 1 in each. So I yarn over and put my hook in the next stitch. Yarn over and pull my hook out. Yarn over, pull my hook from the first 2 loops and yarn over and pull my hook from the last 2 loops. That's a double crochet. So I'll do one more in the next. One more in the next. And the last one in the next stitch again. So we have done our 4 double crochets. Now we'll do a half double crochet in the next stitch. So I yarn over and put my hook and do a half double crochet. Next I need to do a single crochet in the next stitch. Now we are done with one part of the leaf and now we'll end it with a slip stitch. So I put my hook there and do a slip stitch. I pull the first loop from the second. So now this is one part, and we'll repeat the same process on the other side to make the next part. We'll stop when we left with one chain. So now I'm done with everything and I'm left with the last chain. So we'll do 6 single crochets here together. So I do one and I put my hook back in the same place and do one more. And one more in the same place. So that's 3 single crochets together. So now what I will do is work on the opposite side of the leaf, so we can turn our work like that. Now we need to do a half double crochet in the next chain. So we'll skip the one where we made the 3 single crochets and we'll put our hook in the next. So we'll do a half double crochet there. Now in the next 4 stitches I'll do double crochets. So I go in the next, do one. Again I go in the next and do one more. Into the next. And the last one. So that's 4 double crochets. Now I need to do a half double crochet in the next. So I pull my hook from all 3 at once. Now I'll do a single crochet in the next stitch. And then do a slip stitch. So I pull the first loop from the next. So that's one leaf, and we'll repeat the same process on the other side to make the next. So I do a single crochet in the first stitch, a half double crochet in the next, so now I'm left with the last. I'll do a single crochet, and then now we're done with the leaves, so we'll do a slip stitch in the first chain where we started off. So I put my hook there and do a slip stitch. So now we are done with our leaf, both the sides. Now we can chain one to secure it, loop it out and cut the thread using a thread cutter. So we are done with the leaf. So the leaf is done and both the tulips are. So now we'll work on the string. So we'll grab the green yarn again and we'll start by making a slip knot. Now we need to chain 55. You can chain longer if required. So that's one chain. We'll chain 55 in total. So now I'm done with my chain 55. And now I can chain one to secure it and cut the thread. So we are done with our string, the tulips and the leaf, and we'll weave in the ends now for the leaf only. So I'll meet you once I'm done. So now it's time to assemble them together. So we'll grab the leaf and the string first. Now we'll allow our hook to pass through the middle stitches of the leaf. So we'll go through the middle stitches like that. Something like that. And now we'll grab the string and wrap the chain around our hook and pull it out. If you're having difficulty with smaller hook, you can use a bigger hook too. So now I can pull it out and we can remove our hook. and we can pull it a bit to make it even. So now we can leave a loop there to attach it with our hair. And now we'll attach the tulips. So I grab my tulip and I turn it inside out like that. And now the magic ring which we made, we'll put our hook there. So I'll take my hook and put it there. And then I'll grab the green end and pull it out like that. So now we have both the ends together. So now we can tie knots to secure it. Make sure you don't grab the chain but only the loose end. So you can tie 3 knots or more. Make sure it's tight so that it does not come out later on. So we can do the knots, and now we can turn it again. So I turned the tulip again. So now we'll do the same for the other tulip and the other end. So now I have done that for the second tulip too, and now it's time to stuff and sew. So I'll grab my stuffing and stuff the tulip with it. Make sure that you use the proper amount, not too much or not too less. If it is extra, you can remove a little bit. You can remove the extra bits. And now it's time to stitch in. So now I grab the loose end of the tulip and take the darning needle. So you can pass it through the darning needle, and now we'll put the darning needle in the stitch that forms a straight line with the one. So we can push it gently and find out our stitch. So I put my darning needle there, the stitch. I put my darning needle and I pull it out gently. So pull it a bit tighter. Now we put our needle back from the same place. So you cross it and put it in the opposite side and pull it out from the stitch like that. Pull it tightly. Now once you're done with that, if you find it's too loose, you can do it once more. Pull it back again. If the thread comes out at the middle, you can put it again through the darning needle like that. Now we'll stitch these two sides together. So I find the middle stitch of this loop. I put my needle and I put it to the middle stitch of the other side like that. So now I can pull my darning needle out. Do it once more. So I pull it out and I'll do it once more. From the same place where we did before, and you can pull it out. If you think it's loose, you can do it once more. And now you can remove your darning needle. So now we'll repeat this same process for the other tulip. So now I'm done with both the tulips, the stuffing and sewing. So now I can weave in the loose end. So we can just go through the stitches from inside and out and yarn over and pull the thread out like that. Now just a few more. And you can loop this out. Now you can pull it a little bit, and then cut it using a thread cutter. So you pull it and cut it. So now we'll do this for the other tulip as well. So now we are done with our tulip hair tie. So now we can adjust the sleeves to make it tight or loose according to our hair. Now to attach it easily to our hair, you can also attach this to a rubber band. So you pull this out from the rubber band like that and form a knot by taking it out like that. So now you can easily tie the rubber band to your hair with the tulips. You can give this to somebody and it will look really beautiful on our hair.